know that? Oh, that's fantastic. This is really good. Two of you are here. Three of you are here. You're all here. Yeah. Excellent. I just think, so what do you think about having to come here on a Saturday? Is it fun or not?
I guess it is. I guess.
You guess it is.
Well, yes, yeah.
You're sort of glass half empty sort of person, I can see that.
Very nice to meet you. Is it your first visit in the Polish school in Scotland?
It is my first visit to the Polish school. I've got responsibility for education, from cradle to grave, really. But I'd heard about the school, but I hadn't had a chance to come and see it, so I'm glad I've taken that opportunity.
Right. And after hearing all the arguments about how many Poles are here and how important is the Polish language, would you consider doing any actions, like taking any actions to put Polish language in this curriculum?
Well, there's been a lot of discussion about how we can help the community and how we can take the language forward. And I think now we're getting to grips with some of the possibilities as well as the problems, making sure that teachers can get registered to teach, because we have compulsory registration in Scotland, and we're very, very serious about it. But making sure that people who are suitably qualified can get to teach. I think we've got to look at qualifications. Now, we don't expand those regularly. We have to see demand, and we have to make sure that teachers are available. But I'm absolutely sure we can make progress on those areas. We've been talking about them for a while. I understand more about them now. We have independent bodies that make some of those decisions. Scottish education isn't entirely run by me. There are other people involved in making those decisions. But I do want to see that progress made, and what I've seen here today makes me think that we should get a move on.
Yes, of course. Do you think the wave of Polish immigrants who came after 2006 was more beneficial for Great Britain, or was it?
I think migration is beneficial for Scotland. I've thought that all my life. There's a Scottish writer called William McIlvanney who talks about Scotland as a mongrel nation, and essentially that richness that comes from people coming into the country and Scots going elsewhere is incredibly positive. Scotland is a small country with quite a reasonably sized land area. It's not full up, and we don't have always the full complement of skills and abilities that we need. So people coming to stay here, people contributing to society, people choosing to make it their home is a very positive thing. Just as Scots, for generations, for hundreds of years, have gone to Poland and done exactly the same. Now, it would be very rude of us to say, well, we can go to Poland and settle there, but you can't come here. There's a great benefit to both sides. And the countries, in a curious way, have seen similarities in each other and been comfortable about going and living, and find that productive. So I just want to encourage it. I mean, I don't, far from it being a problem, I think it's a benefit.
Considering the fact that there's so many children who's got mixed parents, right? One Polish, one Scottish. There's a special generation growing up who will be fluent in Polish and English.
Yes.
And would you consider creating some new opportunities for them? Like they could be perfect communicators between the nations in all sectors.
Well, I think those opportunities present themselves, in things like business and industry. If companies in Scotland wanting to work in Poland will be able to employ wonderfully qualified people who will speak both languages and know both cultures. It's not just language always, it's culture as well. Teachers that have both languages are an inspiration, even if they only teach one language. Are an inspiration because they know the benefits of bilingualism. In Scotland, I hope, becoming an independent country, there are opportunities in terms of the European Union. If you ever attend, and I'm a minister who's attended Council of Ministers on many occasions, you need people who can translate and understand the nuances. So we'll be able to take with us translators who can translate Scottish ministers into Polish, and we'll be able to take people who will help us to understand what the Polish ministers are saying. That's great. And who knows, ministers might even be people who can speak both languages, because the opportunities in Scotland are great, and some of the children I've seen today might well end up in my job.
Mm-hmm. And continuing the subject of independence referendum, Polish people are not sure what's going to happen with them if Scotland gets independent, because the European Union already said that it's not going to be automatically transferred and Scotland will not be in the European Union.
Well, the European Union hasn't said that. That's quite important, right? And there's an opportunity for those who don't want to change to take place, to always use this information to make people worry. Mm-hmm. I want to make an absolutely clear and unequivocal guarantee that the people from Poland who are here are not only welcome, but I hope there'll be more of them. There is no risk to them, and no risk to having to go elsewhere or leave elsewhere. I think the European argument is one. I think even the House of Commons, committee that doesn't want independence has admitted that Scotland will be part of the European Union. Scotland will be part of the European Union. So there is no threat whatsoever. But the positive nature of our engagement with the Polish community and every other community should, I hope, reassure them that not only will they be entitled to be here, they will be welcome to be here.
And how would you encourage them to vote yes?
I think, well, I would start by saying, do they think that Poland should be joined to any other country and run from somewhere else? If the argument to that is no, then it follows automatically that Scotland should be supported in its attempt at and desire for self-determination. It is a normal thing. There are 196 independent countries in the world, of which Poland is one. Why should Scotland be uniquely different, that it cannot actually run its own affairs? Indeed, people from Poland who come here, who see the wealth of Scotland, who see the talent in Scotland, who like living here, I think come to look at this and say, the strange thing is that it hasn't happened already. I find out whenever I travel throughout the world, people in every country say, why haven't you done it? Because that's what everybody else does. So I think standing back from the scaremongering and people who don't want the change and looking at what the change will bring and the positive things it will bring and the normal nature of what we're talking about should encourage every single member of the community to vote yes.
And have you ever been in Poland with a visit? Yes.
And that is what I would like to do. My brother lived in Warsaw for a year. I have a younger brother who travels a lot and moved to the European Union and loved it. I would like to go and visit, and maybe I'll get the chance to.
Right. Do you have any Polish friends here?
I have some Polish friends here, and I've known people from Poland really all my working life in a variety of different ways. Worked with people in television who are Polish, who've worked in a variety of roles. Now the time is for me to go.
Exactly.
Somebody just has to ask me.
Yes. Thank you very much for the conversation. It was lovely. Thank you.
Cheers.